Hello, class. Sorry that I cannot be there today, but you are going to have the chance to use clay. Make sure you follow these instructions to the T, meaning that you are focused and are following along as well. First thing, this project is about shape and pattern. Shape is an area determined by boundaries, and there are organic shapes and geometric shapes. We are going to make an organic shape of a skull. Next thing, a pattern. A pattern is an underlying structure that organizes a work of art in a consistent manner. Think of a pattern as just something that repeats. So we're going to have an organic shape of a skull, and then you are going to create a pattern of something that repeats on top of your skull. And what we're going to do is make a sugar skull. So you can kind of see this example here of all the different patterns added and the designs added to the skull to give it a pattern. Think of the movie Coco for those that have seen Coco and all the different characters and all the different skulls. But this is kind of a regular human skull. Ours are going to look somewhat funny, kind of like the movie Coco. And you can see around this example here some of those decorative features that you can add around eyes and noses. This is our ultimate goal, though. We've got a skull shape with a pattern on top of it. The pattern is completely up to you, though. So these steps, I'm going to go through these steps on the slide, and then I'll actually make one in front of you that your sub can play on repeat over and over and over again to make sure we get the steps. First thing, you're going to have a square block of clay. You need to turn that block into a sphere or an oval. So, like a perfect circle or a perfect egg shape. And if you've got an egg shape, just think your skull is going to be a little bit taller. If you've got a sphere, a circle, it's going to be a little bit shorter. Once you get your circle, this is the most important. You are going to press your finger about an inch into the clay. You're not going to go all the way through, just about an inch, to almost like make your clay look like a cake pop. This is important because this hole has to stay there so that the clay can dry out evenly. Step two, once we've got that cake pop on our finger, we're going to squeeze the bottom half of it to kind of create a jawline where some teeth are going to go. Then we're going to pinch the sides a little bit to kind of create some cheekbones that stick out a little bit. Then we're going to push in with our fingers to create an eyes and a nose, kind of the holes in a skull to create those shapes. And then the last thing, you are going to have a unbent paper clip, and you're going to use your paper clip to carve not only your name in there, but also some designs that create a pattern. So I'll show you what this looks like. I'm going to stop presenting. Now you got my screen big. Everybody's going to have a block of clay. It's going to be a cube. Everybody's got a square shape, and we are going to turn it into a circle. And what you're going to do, you're doing this right here over and over and over. We're with some pressure, we're getting rid of those hard edges, and we're going to make a circle shape. This should take you maybe about 5 minutes for everybody to have a perfect looking sphere. Me, I've done it so long, it only takes me about 30 seconds. If you can get it done in 30 seconds, that's awesome. But now I've got a sphere, a circle shape. It's not perfect, but it's good enough to start. If you've got a funny spot, like mine has a funny spot in the bottom, pick your funny spot, one thing that might not look perfect. And this is where you're going to put your finger in to create a cake pop. And you're kind of pushing in. You're not pushing all the way through. Holding one side, push your finger in about an inch, maybe about halfway your finger, as long as you don't poke through the top. See, I'm not poked through at all. The next thing that you're going to do, we're going to grab the bottom of it and we're going to squeeze on just the bottom. Squeezing on just the bottom. And what that kind of does is kind of pushes down the clay and makes a jawline. So here, I'm kind of working on the front here. I push the bottom clay around, and I've got the bottom where some teeth are going to go right there. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pinch these sides a little bit to kind of give me some bigger cheekbones. I'm just pinching them a little like that. So my skull shape, that's what I've got so far. The next thing, with 2 fingers, I'm going to figure out where I want to put eyeballs. If I'm got this towards you, I'm going to put my eyes right here, and I'm going to push into the clay with my fingers. So I'm pushing in to the clay with my fingers to make 2 eyeball holes. Boom. Now we can start to see a little bit more of the skull shape. I'm going to push in one more time, kind of right below, to give me that nose hole shape. Boom. I've got a good looking skull. You can kind of see teeth are going to go down here. Teeth, I'm going to use the paperclip tool. In clay, we often have a tool like this called a needle tool, but they're super sharp, so I didn't bring those over. We're using paper clips, and we can carve and write right in paper clips. How I'm going to do teeth, I'm just going to push in to create kind of a line for tops and bottoms, and then I'm going to push in multiple times to create my bottom teeth like that. Pushing in again, I'm rotating a little bit, and now I'm going to get my top teeth in there like that. So now I've got the very basics of a skull shape. From here, your next things, you've got this right here. You're carving a design into it. So hope this works for you. The last part of class, once you've got a good looking skull, is again carving designs into it, and you can scratch up the clay. Think about like the movie Coco. Every skull has like little patterns on their head. Yours can have the same thing. Hope you have fun today. Sorry I'm not here. These are going to be lined up kind of right on the shelf with your class. You can see everybody else's. Yours are going to be lined up right there. Make sure you don't touch anybody else's because you could accidentally break them. Right here, that's our goal. Have fun.